No more running away, no more hiding is what's coming through. And also the solutions will present themselves. So clearly someone wants to move forwards, but I think that they're not 100% sure about what their steps are going to be. So let's see. No more running away, no more hiding. Who is this message for? What is the message? Okay, got strength here. Someone's been lacking courage for a long time. Confidence, actually. They've been lacking confidence. But I said courage as well. So they've been dealing with some kind of heavy weight that they've needed to clear. Okay, so yeah, they're finding balance in their life. They're really understanding what needs to be cleared. What's keeping them feeling alone, truly feeling in a place of, I'm hearing specifically despair. So I think that they've been through some kind of grief. Yeah, Eight of Cups here, walking away. I think they're the one walking away, actually, from a lot. Interesting. Okay, yeah, shifting the energy. Good. Five of Swords. So it's no longer feeling, and the Six of Coins at the bottom of the deck, no longer feeling, Five of Swords in reverse, so no longer feeling, like this, almost like, I'm hearing mental strategy. So it's like they're not feeling like that mental tug of war as much as they have been, okay? They're finding that balance, okay? They're finding it within themselves. And it's coming with them really understanding what needs to be released. And it's almost like as if they're feeling, that liberation, like they're finally free of whatever it was. They're not having to carry the burden of it. That kind of energy is what's coming through for them. Get another one. And see what else. Who is this message for and what is the message? 5-5 is important here, actually. Six of Wands in reverse. Okay. I think that the choices they've made in the past have actually almost been like their downfall. And this is what they're understanding, which is why they're shifting that energy, right? And removing that kind of pride. They've had a lot of pride, but again, that strength as well in reverse, that lacking confidence, that lacking courage. It's almost like they've had some kind of persona. So they thought that they were doing the right thing, they were in this energy. Yes, that's the direction I want to take, but it was massively that ego, like, leading the way. And this is why they've understood the things that have been in their way this entire time, the blocks. I'm seeing like real blocks here, like walls, actual walls. And ironically, it looks like walls outside, but it's been to their own heart, walls to their own heart, the truth of their journey. So let's get a clarification for strength. The strength card, number 8. Strength card, okay. 2. Just as I said, that 8 of Wands came out. 8 is important then, clearly. Okay, definitely. So we've got the Queen of Swords here as well. Gaining momentum. So this is shifting. This energy is massively shifting. I just say that, obviously. But yeah, someone's really wanting to move. Like, there's this desire for this forward, like, momentum. But it is coming with someone really, they've had to really check their mindset to get that mental, like, stability and confidence in their own mind space. Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck as well. So it's kind of like knowing your healthy boundaries, but also recognizing when you might have guards and walls up. So someone who's really been checking the difference, because that's where, like, when you're lacking confidence, you can let people cross your boundaries because you haven't set them, because you're thinking, oh, but they're feeding you validation, they're making you feel better, they're filling in some kind of void. But this is where there's that shift in energy, and this is why there's so much momentum that's being gained now. It's like going from that lacking confidence and courage to actually feeling self-empowered without feeling like your guards up, walls up, and just cutting people off left, right and centre, right? There's a different, Queen of Coins, look at all these queens. Powerful. Queen of Coins, beautiful. You've been learning how to, there's a beautiful balance coming in of learning your boundaries, how to tend to yourself first and foremost, your priority, right? And then that balance of pouring into others as well who need you. And this is where there's been a releasing the burdens that just aren't yours to carry. You might have been carrying a lot of emotional burdens. I'm hearing baggage from even a young age. Maybe you were somebody, like, they talk about the eldest daughter, that kind of energy where you're just carrying all the, like, emotional burdens and baggage of everybody else around you, and you don't even realize it's happening, you know. That's where I think maybe there was an overgiving energy, whoever this is, okay? So 4 of Coins in reverse. Beautiful. Ace of Swords. Good. This is where that clarity is coming in. As you're releasing and letting go of these burdens and you're clearing the path for you, like you're feeling that lightness within. Well, it is, I think it's starting with the mind, to be honest. Your mind is feeling more refreshed, you're understanding clear, seeing things clearly, but it's also giving you clarity for who and what you are, what you deserve, what you want, and the ways in which in the past perhaps that hasn't happened, you know. And I think something about communication is important here as well, massively. How you're communicating, you're getting more, you know, with those healthy boundaries, you're understanding how to communicate for yourself first, you know what I mean? So it's like you're not afraid to communicate your needs anymore. That's what's happening, okay? And that's where this beautiful 4 of Wands energy can come through, that union energy, right? And I think this is like you're celebrating your inner union as well, truly. And that's come out with that balancing act as well. So massively, I think that you're just finding your, it's like the light that kind of eases the shadow, you know? Yeah, 4-4 is important here as well. Wow. And this is what's helping you connect with the right people around you. Maybe you haven't felt you had the right people around you for a long time, or maybe you just did the whole solo thing, but this is what's really going to help you to I think you're holding more gratitude for those people. Too many cards just fell out there. You're holding more gratitude for the right people, and maybe family could be involved there as well, okay? You're understanding what it means to have a healthy foundation when it comes to connection and just internally in your mind and your body. There's something about you looking after your body more, you know, like actually taking care of it, not because society tells you you need to do this, you need to look like this, if you want to be classed as whatever the label is, and you need to be like, none of that. You're listening to yourself. This is where your mental strength is coming from. But I also feel like you've always been quite mentally strong, as in like if you didn't like adhere to peer pressure or whatever you want to call it. If you wanted to do something, that was up to you, but you didn't, you know what I mean? That's how it does feel like you're like that, actually. 9 of Coins. Good. Okay, so it says rewards for your labor, and it's with the 5 of Coins in reverse, so that's really good. So you're really stepping into your worth. You're seeing what you want, right? But you're recognizing how much you've been working on yourself. And I just think you're not going to allow anything less, you know? So you're not stuck on this, oh, when's it going to happen? It has to happen now. You're not stuck in that human constricted time frame. You're really thinking, you know what? I know what I deserve, and divine timing is what I'm having faith in, right? You're not trying to push or create things to happen, which is then just, again, you know, you overlook I'm hearing specifically standards, right? People talk about you got high standards. No. It's not about your high standards. This is about you recognizing your worth and accepting only what is in alignment with that, and acting accordingly yourself as well. You know what I mean? Checking yourself as well. You know that there are certain things that require your patience, and I think you've had to be quite patient as well with certain things, you know, especially with that internal balancing, and maybe even the external, trying to balance yourself while giving to others, and it just wasn't working, right? This is where you're really going to be finding this is why I think your rewards for your labor are coming. I also think something about your abundance path is really important here. A lot of earthy energy. Your abundance path is really important for you. This is where I think, because you're getting into that worth, you're allowing yourself to truly, it's like this energetic space you're creating. It's a space that's way more in alignment with the core values that you are divinely created to here to set out, basically. So you're finding your divine alignment. Oh my God. Wow. Another 4. Okay. Okay. This is where you're shifting your energy. This is where you might be actually tending a lot of time to your meditation, or you need to be to shift this energy. So when you feel it coming up inside you, so whatever it is, that feels like it's going to, I don't know, just almost like you're crossing your own boundaries, right? You're checking yourself. You're going back in and you're recognizing this is a time not for action. This is a time for going within, stillness, sitting with myself, understanding myself, okay? Worth fighting for. You're worth fighting for. Your beautiful qualities. Knight of Cups here as well. This is that beautiful love offer coming through, right? But it is about you following your heart as well. Not illusion, right? Not just some kind of falsity, because I think you've had a lot of lessons here, actually. I mean, you're recognizing that you're worth fighting for and you want that energy. I massively feel here that until somebody shows up and truly proves themselves, and I don't even think, I'm not even talking about you in your high, like your high horse or high chair and you're looking down at anyone, not even that. Until someone comes through to you and proves to you that they want to put in that effort for you because you're worthy of that. You're not forcing anything. You found true stillness within. You're finding peace within. That's so beautiful. And let me tell you, not a lot of people reach that. Let me tell you. So you know what? That's powerful. You're finding your strength, your power. I do feel like I think that you want. I think that you want those gestures. I think there's something part of you that you want those romantic gestures. Okay, that was a death card as well. So definitely, you've been through that. You've been through those death portals. Okay, this is where we got a bit of lack of clarity. So, okay. So that actually says clarity of thought. Seven of Swords. Perfect. So you're understanding where in the past your pride has gotten in the way, or even I think maybe other people moving towards you, as well. Because it's your own. I'm seeing a lot about that inner child. The inner child has wanted you to protect you for so long, and it's kind of like left you in that space. Like I said, that Queen of Swords, like the guards up, walls up kind of energy, and you're actually seeing that. You're finding so much more clarity. You're understanding. You're also going to be understanding, the Emperor, and that's with the Two of. Oh no, okay, that's not the Two of Cups. So Five of Cups. Okay, so clearly there's an Emperor here who divine masculine energy who thought that they're recognizing the loss. That's just coming through now. They're recognizing the loss, that they knew they had that Two of Cups now, but they've lost it. So something about that, they're in the process of releasing those emotions. So they're going through a bit of a cycle here. Okay, so that's just come through mental anguish. They're going through something and they need to be okay. But this is about you. Clearly that came through for a reason. So maybe you need that reassurance. Okay, 7-7. Okay, so good things take time. Exactly. Yeah. This is where I think you're finding that clarity. You're understanding that it's not about everybody has their own path, so it's kind of like creating that space to allow others to also have their needs and wants. Just because you 222 could be important for someone, just because you want something right here right now, maybe it's a conversation, maybe it's some kind of clarity that you want to call in, and you need that other person to do that with, but they don't work that way. Maybe they need time, they need space, they need to step away, right? And you're understanding that, and you're allowing yourself to not get. It's almost like maybe in the past you'd get so triggered and worked up, and and it was coming from that wounded inner child who was scared. What if it goes away? What if all these what ifs? And now you're holding so much stillness and faith within your own inner alignment that you've surrendered to the divine involved with it, the divine outcome. You're not kind of placing your worth on anything. You're not expecting from others. You're just allowing others to also have their journey. That's like a big deal. You've clearly been clearing through so much of your mind space. It's just like on a whole new level to what it was. Okay, this is where I think that balance between your giving, over giving, and self-care is massive, truly. Okay, let's just get whoa, way too many cards. The Knight, that was the King of Wands as well. Okay, so that Emperor energy could have that King of Wands energy, that could be their pride, ego as well, that they're working through, their understanding. Okay, so Knight of Coins, good. Okay, that's with the Queen of Coins as well. So clearly, you're someone who, I feel like you've had to learn, like, again, that patience. You've had to learn patience. You want something, but in order to get it to where you need it to be, especially when you look at the divine orchestration of this, your specific destiny, you've had to learn to take it slowly. And that's the way that you have to allow yourself to become stable in what you're doing. Because I think there's a lot of different times that you could have veered off and making the decisions that we're just going looping you straight back around. So I think you've really got a lot of divine protection, truly. Okay, I'm seeing loyalty. Dark energy is coming through with that card as well. Lions as well. Eagles. Okay. Okay, that's a lot of cards, but there's two actually, it's not that many. We've got the King and Queen of Swords, air energy, air sign, and that also is mental activity. Okay, so a lot happening. Um, and that's with the Ace of Swords. Whoa. I think that you might have had a father who was either they were very authoritarian, you just didn't have emotional availability when it came to your foundational masculine role model or whatever you want to call it. This is what you're clearing through. This is where you're gaining awareness and insight. And this is where you're releasing, clearing through the emotions, because you've experienced that emotional, almost, it says emotional anguish. So emotion, it's like a purge. You're actually finally seeing things clearly, and this is how you're finally letting go of that. Yeah, you're honoring divine where you're going to be honoring that divine masculine energy. But right about now, you're clearing through the wounded, which again would have massively impacted your internal masculine energy as well, and how you were doing things, which is why you had that Queen of Swords, guards at walls up, maybe hyper independent coming through, needing to control the situation. Also this energy of needing to know every little detail, so that, it's like there's no trust. Now I've said that you're learning that actually other people have their journey, and to allow them to unfold. It's not all about you being hurt or wherever, that's not necessarily everyone's intention. Yeah, it's about you honoring, okay, you know what? Whatever the case, I've got me, and I trust that. And I trust that actually everyone's doing their journey. And I don't know, I think that you're really learning the difference between self-protection and self-care. Okay, and both are important, but I mean, they have levels, right? There are levels. You're learning that. Okay, I'm going to get another one for that. That's interesting. Knight of Cups, but it came out in reverse, so I don't know if I picked that right. Let's get another one. Knight of Cups. I think you have had these. Hold on. I think that honestly, you've been. This is lack of perspective, temperance in reverse. I think that it might shock you to know, maybe you're understanding this better, but you're the one who, maybe this divine masculine, I don't know, but you're the one who has come across as not reciprocating love. And I think it's because you had a guard up, a wall up, and you didn't realize. So you might have had all that love inside you, but it wasn't being perceived externally. Maybe because you weren't understanding your different love languages, if you will. There was clearly then a lack of communication when it came from the heart space. There's something about that then, which is interesting. We've got so many swords here. So it's about learning how to do it together. Three of Coins, doing it together. I think that shockingly, we're putting across a persona where you're not available, you're not interested, you don't want to pursue this, or just like that effort thing. It's like, I think that's again, it's a self-protection thing. You don't want to put yourself in any kind of vulnerable situation in case boom, and then you would have felt the trigger of even the smallest thing as an abandonment wound. And something about rejection as well is coming through. So I think that you've been healing through a lot of mother and father wounds, actually. And I don't think you've seen it like this, which is sad, because when you reflect on things like that and you recognize, hold on, I was wondering why they weren't pursuing me, but I really didn't even give them a green light, right? Maybe you thought you had given a green light. Maybe you gave to them more than you would to another person because you were interested in them, but still, it wasn't green enough to be like, oh no, I am interested, like I do want to pursue this. That's like, you know what I mean? Wow. Well, that's a really sad realization, that is. But it's all for a reason. It's finding you now, or as it is, so that you can really see that and start to check that, and that's where you're finding your balance. So I actually think the mistaken kind of, or maybe misunderstanding or whatever, lack of communication, is that actually you're someone who was potentially making, I'm going to see what else comes through, somebody else feel like your love wasn't requited in the same level. Maybe they're more passionate, I don't know. Maybe their ego needed their validation, and you just didn't have this time and space to give each other, to learn that about each other, Yeah, Queen of Wands in reverse, exactly. My way or the highway. This is where you're learning. Six of Cups in reverse, that's definitely some kind of remembering the past energy going on here. You're learning. This is what your learning cycle is right now. And this is why you're learning your worth. This is why you're understanding, hold on, I don't need to be so scared of my vulnerability. I am worthy of this in return. And if that isn't given in return, then that's protecting me. You know what I mean? It's better I find out than, you know what I mean? You really, let's get another one for this as well. Just because she's in reverse, and I think you're releasing this, you're letting go of these ways. My way or the highway, you know. I think that's where it might have been that imbalance of masculine energy as well, you know, that needing to control and not allowing someone else outside of you to also take that lead sometimes. Yeah, Two of Wands, you're trying a new course, you're trying a new path here. Really beautiful. I'm hearing the secret garden as well, so that might be important for you. Secret garden. Beautiful. And a long dress here. I'm getting bridesmaid energy as well. Okay. Always bridesmaid, never the bride. I've just heard that. Whoa. I don't know. I think you're really learning yourself right now. Okay, we'll get a couple more and then we can find out some more. Ah, good. Ace of Coins. Chariot at the bottom of the deck. Ace of Coins. So a new beginning. Truly a new beginning, because you're finally seeing A, what is worth fighting for, and B, when to sit in stillness and go within, to shift that energy within, because that's a constant thing. You have to always do that, maybe, you know, daily, you know, check in with yourself, your energy to center. And especially when you're going maybe in different environments, especially with this Chariot, maybe you are someone who travels a lot, or you're going to be traveling more. You're learning how to direct your energy much more productively, and also way more in alignment with you and your truth. Okay, not the wounds anymore. That's what you're going to be learning. This is why that Two of Wands is opening up, that path is opening up. Okay, oh my God. Ace of Cups and Six of Coins. Overflowing love, giving and receiving equally, reciprocated. So you're not afraid to say, actually, these are my emotions, this is my heart space, this is where your clarity is coming in, and you're understanding good things take time. You are the good thing that is taking time. That's beautiful. This is where you're really stepping into your worth now. You know, that Queen of Coins energy. Good. And you're not allowing your pride to get in the way anymore. That pride before fall with that Queen of Wands as well. You're really learning how to love yourself. You're really also learning how to accept nothingness. And this is where there's going to be a reignition, I feel like. A reignition, okay? Okay. Also with that message of no more running away, I think that's, and I honestly feel like you're going to be surprised that that's actually you that's been running away from the love that you desire. That's quite a realization. And this is where the solutions are going to be unfolding for you, because you're finding that clarity and seeing things very differently. So you've wanted to celebrate this union, have this union all along, but how have you been showing up for it in your truth? Not over giving and not over loving and, you know, whatever. Maybe you did attract someone who was, you know, love bombing and or something. So it's kind of like that opposites, but also reflecting to each other. Hold on, we need to find balance within ourselves. You know, Archer, beautiful. Number 1, it's giving that Sagittarius energy as well. Careful aim, you're on target right now, so keep going, okay? This is about being direct as well. Implementing a strategy, shooting straight, precise. Interesting. I think that you're really learning how to follow your heart without the distractions, without the need to think that, oh, just that overprotected energy. Yeah, number 33, bellows, catalyst, ignite, fuel, torched, fanning the flames, infuse, breathe, spark, effort required, passion, get it going, kindle. Definitely something. It's kind of like your inner passion is being ignited, and that's where you're going to have that drive to say, yes, I want to do this in reciprocity, that equal give and receive. Head and heart is finding balance. Beautiful. I also feel like you might be there might be some, you know, with the abundance path, there might be some things happening, forward momentum, that's going to give you more confidence as well in yourself. That's good. That is good. And I think it's because you're not being so rigid with like how things have to be, you know, all this kind of stuff, yarn, complicated. Number 23, being all, you know, all tied up and problems and complicated. It's like you're unraveling that. You're unraveling that way of seeing things, constantly thinking things are a problem or burden. And this is where you're learning to surrender and that divine involved and finding that internal, internal stillness again. You're shifting, you're really learning how to hone in on your energy. That's beautiful. Number 8, storm. This is where you need to be mindful of how you communicate as well. Let's get another one. You might have experienced a sudden unexpected ending. Maybe it's to do with that connection. Okay, Milky Way, you could be on 9 as well. Could be expanding. So blueprints, number 14. Okay, this is where you're learning how to set firm boundaries. You are visionary. You are. But you're putting your ideas into action. That's where I think you're going to be gaining a lot of momentum, okay? Your destiny. You're on your destiny path. Congratulations. Something about starting point. So I do think that that's where that Two of Wands is opening up, because now you're shifting, you're changing. This is like you're becoming the firm foundation that you need. And this is where you're going to find expansion with the right people. You can constantly need to check yourself. I think you have that fire within you. Maybe you do act aggressively when you're feeling like overprotective of yourself, and that's where you check. Yeah, the broom, you're releasing that, you're understanding that, so that you can actually healthily release that and replace it with more healthier, more productive communication skills. Dominoes. 13, strategic planning. Again, strategic planning. Progress, good. Cause and effect, setting into motion. Wow. This is where something about good things take time. I think that you're going to be seeing those rewards very soon. Very soon, okay. Good. And it's going to be an ongoing thing, so it takes time. Small things, you know. It's not just like... People sometimes are led to believe that something needs to be like, you know, that overnight success energy that they talk about, but I think you're understanding actually for something more stable, something that you're more ready for and really able to hold it down. Good things take time, right? Number 6, yeah, there's some things that are just some kind of misunderstanding. That's what was coming through before, that there's been some kind of misunderstanding. Lack of clarity, problems. I'm just going to get another one to see what is that about. What are you finding? What is that confusion? Because that 7 of Cups in reverse just like clarity of thought. So maybe this is what's clearing, right? Let's get another one. Clouds, confirmation. Ah, luck. Number 2 and number 6. The clover. I'm telling you something about your... Yeah, you can't see the abundance path that... Like, you can't see the abundance that is waiting for you. Something that is going to be a very new path for you, girl, there. Number 13, number 2, 6, 6. Again. Good fortune. You're going to feel way more carefree. There's a reward. There's truly a reward coming. That's the second time that's on the cards. Might be unexpected as well. But you can't see it right now. You can't see it right now. Let's get another one just to confirm. Whoa, it's too many. Oh, that was the dog. The dog was coming through before, that dog energy. Yeah. Number 23. Small things take time, right? Small beginnings. Big results. There's potential here, there's growth, something you're working on. There's more than meets the eye here as well. There's going to be more. It's going to take time. You're going to see the little sprouting of the little green leaves, right? And it's going to grow. But there is change happening for you right now. So I think maybe you are feeling, you know, especially when it comes to your abundance path, your career, even just money generally. Maybe there's something about that you're really, yeah, there's an aha moment here. You're finding this is where I think that solutions are going to come. That was coming through for a reason. So you might not have them now, but as you unfold this path and you set down your firm foundations, you recognize what you need and want, and you're implementing that strategy. You're on target. You stay focused on where you're going. Your problems, they're going to be cleared, and the solutions are going to unfold as you go along this path now. Okay, so the Archer. Let's get another one to confirm the Archer. The horse as well is coming through with that. Archer. Ooh. Feminine energy. Okay. Boundaries. Healthy boundaries, not guards, right? You're finding your root. This is literally, you're creating your roots right now. And that's because you're creating yourself as well. So who you're becoming, it's your long-term you kind of thing, you know. It's like you're shifting into this you, and you're constantly evolving, of course, but home, belonging, family, tradition, structure. I think you're really seeing what you want long term. Truly. Shelter. There might be something about your home environment that is changing as well, or you want it to be, and that's where your focus is as well. Number 4. K, letter K as well. Feminine energy at the bottom of the deck. So this is definitely you. Okay. And let's see. Confirmation for the bellows as well. That kindling energy, that fire, that passion. Okay. Oh, number 29, yeah. Uprooted, radical break from the past. That's you. Deep changes. You're having a makeover right now. There could be a separation that you're experiencing. That could be on your mind. That was that masculine energy kept wanting to come through. Going through their own journey though. Trust that. You just need to focus on yourself. You're really focused on yourself right now. So good. Forced change, yeah. So you've definitely had some upheavals in the past for sure, but you're having some kind of, these are, you're understanding how this is an opportunity for you to reignite your truth now, right? You might have some kind of opportunity moving forward as well. Number 5, this is coming through when it came to that, feeling all tied up and confused and seeing problems everywhere. Balance, and this is a card of meditation as well. So number 5, I said that. Integrating, you're finding your centeredness, you're opposing those, you're integrating those opposing forces, right? Feeling more complete, awareness, just right, your well-being. You need to focus on you. When you feel like your head is going, like there's too many things, you're creating, your own problems, or you're seeing that they are actually problems. Find your center. Your center is where you receive straight from divine. That's where your solutions are going to come through. So when you feel like you have no solutions, you're going to need to look after your well-being massively. Your health is so important. That's massive. That was coming through before as well, your body. And I think this is your body, mind, and soul, right? So flow with that energy. That's come through for a reason, because I think you're going to have opportunities to either go backwards or adopt this new approach that you've been learning about. Yes, the big yes energy. Let's come up with the storm. So 31, yes, energy, climax, fulfilled, pride, power, pride, much. That's where you need to be mindful that there's no like stormy energy, kind of tornado energy, your pride, getting in the way because you're suddenly feeling triggered. And that again is that internal vulnerability. It's time to check that. Your inner divine masculine energy, vigor, daytime, victory, happy, warm, success, radiant. This also could be that you did have that unexpected ending with that divine masculine energy wanted to come through, okay? But it's alchemizing into positive. And the boomerang here, something returning from the past. The return of what's yours. Okay. All right. Blueprints. I think really once you're learning how to center yourself, that's the biggest message here. You're learning how to center yourself. And that's really creating the biggest shifts in your reality, truly. Wow. The solutions. Okay, the keys with the foundation, number 33 and number 8. Intelligence. You are intelligent. I think that did come through, especially with that Queen of Swords. Insight, clarity. Good. You are massively going to be gaining clarity. These are the solutions. The keys are going to be appearing along the way. So don't hesitate to moving towards that door that you know that you're being divinely guided to, and it feels right for your heart space, right? Your healed self. The solution will present it. You will find the key along the way. Trust that, right? This is where you're creating those firm foundations right now. This is your starting point. You're already on your destiny path. There's liberation here. You're breaking out. Locking, unlocking, helpful, paying attention, important. You're someone who's very locked in as well when you want to be. But that's again where you need to find that healthy boundaries and trusting and honoring other people's healthy boundaries. Not needing to, need everything right here, right now when I want it my way, So, okay, hold on. What do you need as well? How can we find balance here with each other? Okay. Dominoes. That song is just coming into my head. That song, I'll have to put it on the screen. Don't remember who sings it. All I'm hearing is these girls fall like dominoes. That's the lyric. Number 36, number 6. Cross, destiny. This is where there's progress. So you have had these trials, this sorrow, this emotional loss, but you're allowing yourself to feed that into, with this divine guidance as well that's coming through, your destiny again, right? Wow. I think that you're way more, this is why you find that stillness as well. You're understanding that actually there's a reason for all of this. This is my soul path. These are my lessons. And this is how it's going to help me to create this new way forward, that gaining momentum, there's progress. You're seeing things very differently, okay? Again, head and heart, finding balance. Okay, let's get another one. Oh my God. Honestly, when did this fall out? I've just noticed it. It was by the seeds. No. Oh, look, masculine. What is going on? Waterfall. Number 34. That was by the seed. And this is about overflowing abundance. You're really going to be moving into some kind of your path right now. Focus, because you're going in the right direction. Emotional release as well. Letting go. There's fulfillment. There's release. There's tears of joy after crying from sorrow. Wow. Masculine energy came out just as I noticed that as well. So could be connected. But again, your internal masculine is coming through. Okay, let's get another one for clouds and clover. Letter C could be important. Yeah, The foggy glasses, exactly. You have no idea the luck, not, yeah, the good fortune that's awaiting you. You don't know. You just need to find a way to release that negativity that's clouding your judgment. That's where your confusion comes from. That's where your lack of clarity comes from. This is one of your biggest lessons that you're going to need to heal through and learn from. Wishes can come true. You haven't believed that. You have not been given any reason to believe that your wishes can come true, your dreams can come true. This is fully you investing in yourself to find that faith within. That's not easy. Garden, number 20 and number 8. Okay. So maybe you have some kind of audience with that Milky Way peeking through before. Community, meeting, crowds. Maybe this is where you're finding that potential. Maybe you work with others. You're helping others. Let's get another one just to confirm. I think that also from being solo, you're learning how to connect in community as well. Where your tears of joy might come from as well. Finally finding connection. Dreams can come true. The stars again. Number 16, avalanche. Maybe the abundance that you're about to receive is going to be so unexpected. It's going to be way more than you realize. And I'm not just talking about money here. I'm talking about in various areas of your life, like the genuine abundant energy that isn't just, abundance can be so many things. It can be joy, it can be happiness, it can be health, so many different things. Okay, number 19, number 6, the Tower. From the past. You're taking it slow this time. Okay, so I think maybe in the past you were someone who maybe it was a lot of force moving forward. This is about taking things time now. For something to be enduring and long lasting, you're learning how to take your time. I think, again, that's been one of your biggest lessons, that patience. You're watering the seeds, not just suddenly expecting fruit on day 1 or 2 or whatever. Yeah, stalk, number 17, new beginnings. There's a transformation, again, change, absolutely. You're becoming a renewed. You do have a restless energy, and that's in your internal mind. That's in your mind. Not everyone can see that, but that's what's happening internally. This is where you're finding change as well, balance, stillness, meditation. You could be moving, and that just come through. Something about your home space. Okay, pregnancy. Again, you're seeing long term. You know what you want long term. Could be a renovation taking place right now. You're very active. I'm seeing that fiery moon energy. You could have fiery moon or Mars. Okay. Okay, birth. It could be slender and tall. And then the obstacles at the bottom of the deck. So I think that this is where you're changing your view. Yeah, the tracks. You're finding forward momentum. Number 3. It's kind of this energy, I think I can, but like I said, the solutions are going to present themselves. So you're going to find way more stability. I can hear a plane. You could be truly traveling. It does say traveling here. Okay, and the moon at the bottom of the deck as well. So your psyche, that's that divine feminine. You've got the divine masculine here and then the divine feminine. So 32 and 8. Your subconscious mind. You could be artistic as well. There's some kind of invitation coming your way to some kind of outdoor event. I think there's definitely going to be a massive test for you. Whether you're going to repeat the past or not. The past ways of doing things and thinking. Okay, this is where you're going to find that transformation. Okay, your dreams need a practical plan. Taurus energy. Yeah, practicality. That's interesting, because I feel like you are quite practical already. But I think this is where you didn't believe your dreams could be real, but now you're realizing how they can. How can they put them into action? Good. That's good. Okay, personal issue reaches resolution. That's exactly what you're going through right now. Cancer energies. It's such a personal growth milestone that you're actually experiencing right now. Okay. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. Oh my god, we literally just had that lunar eclipse as well. So that's been big for you. That you've had some kind of serious shifts with that. You really have. Maybe that's where that avalanche energy was coming from as well. Being bold and making the first move, and that is to do with your path, I think. Okay. And also trusting your vulnerability, trusting yourself that you can hold it down. It doesn't matter what other people, how they respond. You've got this. You can hold this down. You're very close to achieving your goal. These are so personal, like so focused on you. Very close to achieving your goal. You're very much getting there. What do you need to release? This is exactly what needs to happen right now. As you're releasing, this is where your destiny path is unfolding. Because I always say people talk about fate, right? But yes, there are things written, but there's always free will as well. So whichever decision you make determines which path you're going to go on, which written path you're going to turn to. Okay, so let's see if there's anything else you need to be aware of. This is a very personal message, right? That divine masculine kept wanting to come through, but again, that focus here is whoever that is, could be external genders or are not relevant, it's about energies. Someone is clearly going through their own path right now, and as you're healing through you and focusing on you, you're calling in that beautiful alignment. Truly important to remember that. Okay, what else do you need to be aware of moving forwards? Okay, that could be relevant for you. Winter time is going to be important for you, and also within the next 2 to, oh look, there's that uni, see, union energy at the bottom of the deck, that love. That's because you're finding your alignment. That's what you find, calling in, finally becoming that person whose heart space is open and there's love there and you have healthy boundaries. You're creating partnerships, and not just with your union connection, but also generally like friendships and just collaborations around you. Okay, winter's going to be important, but within the next 2 to 4 weeks that you're going through this major transformation. Pluto, judgment, that's giving very like Scorpio energy as well. Pluto is in retrograde. That's also a generation planet, you know, something about that could be important. It's come through for a reason. Okay, that's a Queen of Air as well, that card, that Aquarius energy as well. So you could very well have a lot of, you know, you could be an air sign. But there's definitely a mental activity that's going on. There's definitely, with this card as well specifically, oh my God, look, it's there again. Important. There's a little girl there. Well, it's a child anyway. And that's you. That's you and your little inner you. That's where that major transformation taking place. You're learning to trust your adult self. Okay, that's good. What else do you need to be aware of moving forwards for you? Okay, element of fire. Fire could be important. Again, creativity, impulse, passion. This way you need to check that fire within when you're responding triggered. Okay, versus actually checking yourself, stepping back when you need to, taking that time and space, allowing others to do the same thing. Expect the unexpected. I honestly don't think you're seeing what's coming with all that unexpected energy. Yeah, the moon. I think Divine's keeping something from you because I want you to clear through this first, and then they can come through to you with that beautiful overflowing abundance, that tears of joy. Winter, again, winter's really important for you. There's going to be a significant shift for you. Capricorn energy, it's the King of Earth. Okay, let's just see another one for that to confirm. Ooh, King of Fire, King of Earth and King of Fire. You might very well have a decision to make, okay? One's going to be, I think something's going to be about this Devil energy. Something's going to be an attachment, how to move in attachment versus how to move in stability. So the King of Fire, again, within 7 days. There's Aries energy there as well. Let's get another one to confirm these 2 cards. I think that your new beginning is coming in winter. I honestly think your new, and I'm talking about Northern Hemisphere timings as well there. Yeah, Magician, communication, Mercury energy as well. Mercury ruled sign you could be, Gemini or Virgo. Communication, curious, quick ideas manifest. You're going to become, once you start finding that stability within you, your ability to manifest, if you will actually just crawl in that alignment that's already yours. It's going to be on fire. Like, you're going to notice these little things, smallest little things, you know, oh my God, I wanted to eat something, and suddenly it comes to you, it's there, it's available, and you weren't sure if it's going to be, I don't know, you just call these little things and you're thinking of someone, and then suddenly they appear on your timeline or whatever it is, you know, things like that. It's getting there because you're finding your inner alignment. It's not even about ego anymore, you know. You've learned that pride before fall energy. You've had that. You're learning. It's good. Okay, so Cancer energy, so summer as well. I think that's something about your divine masculine energy. They are, especially with that devil that keeps coming through, they're really clear. Yeah, I think that you got the King of Earth, King of Fire, and King of Water. So I'm going to get another one because I think there's something about the masculine energy that you're connected to that is clearing through something right now. There have been since maybe even spring, so Aries season, all the way through to the end of the year. They're going through the massive shifts when it comes to addiction. I'm seeing, honestly, oh my God, Justice at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, they're closing out a karmic cycle. There's something or someone, both, that they're connected to unhealthily. I'm not sure they wanted this either. Well, more so now that they're releasing. Wow, is there anything else that's just come out of nowhere? So it's clearly all the way towards the end of the reading as well. Is there anything else you need to be aware of for yourself about any of this? That's interesting. Oh look, oh my God, just as I turned over this, you got the Lovers, Gemini, you got the Venus, the Empress at the bottom of the deck, Divine Feminine. Wow, as you're stepping into your beauty, your attraction, your self-worth, you're seeing yourself clearly in that mirror, not because society tells you have flaws, but actually because you're seeing your uniqueness, your beauty, and actually your divine beauty, how you were divinely created. And we all get caught up in whatever decisions we make, but you're seeing yourself from your heart and your soul. That's beautiful. There's beauty, there's charm, there's love, there's pleasure. You're reconnecting to the recognition of self within, right? Smelling those roses that are you calling in this beautiful alignment, union. And when it comes in, it's going to go off. Like, and again, this is why you have to be careful that you don't go all in. Remember, slow, steady, watering the seeds. That's important, because this chariot energy, willpower, determination, success, action. Wow. And that's also going to be to do with I think there's something about, I think you're very determined. I think that you want that stability. For a long time you haven't had it. Okay, I just split the deck, and we just had, first you had Scorpio energy come through, so that could be important, that season, and then just that twin flame card right at the end of the, oh my god, the end of us. Hopefully, if you're still here in this reading, then good for you, because these are important messages. You're clearly going through some kind of mirroring energy right now with your divine counterpart, your person, but you don't need to know too much about it. That's why you need to focus on you, because I don't think you realize how much you're helping with the clearing. Quickly then, I'm going to quickly get these message cards to see if there is anything from your divine masculine, any messages that you need to be aware of. Wow. Number 4, communication. You think I'm not listening to you, but I am. I hear everything you say and even replay our conversations in our head. In my head. Our head. Oh my god, there must be some kind of telepathy, or I don't know, you've clearly got a connection, but it's not your focus right now. That's very good. That's why it's calling this in. That's why you're helping your person clear through what they're clearing through. You don't even realize. But that's good, because you zoned in on you. Which is good, because that also means that validation that was coming through, you needing that external validation. You've clearly been healing from that, which again has been coming through throughout this reading, but that's confirmation. Okay, what does your person want to say to you? Number 2, again, communication. My god, they want to communicate. This is why you're being shown this right now, to check yourself so you don't run on old wounds or past roads. Wow, powerful. When our conversations are light-hearted and playful, it eases the tension that is sometimes there when we talk. Isn't that just confirmation of what we're saying? You needing things to be like this, like that. Release control, surrender into it, allow yourself to receive. Union card at the bottom of the deck, number 6. Our love will manifest through the union of heart and mind that was trying to peek through. Expanding those areas allows our love to grow. My goodness. Let's get another one. This is just confirming. So you really are mirroring right now, because the messages that are coming through from your person to you are basically what you're learning about, lessons. So you're being prepared right now. What's they going to say to you? Union card. Beautiful. Number 4. This is so beautiful. You are my true love, my heart and my soul. You're both very awakened to this connection. And now it's just about you being prepared to it. And when you are awakened to the connection, you reach a certain point, you really don't hold on to it tightly. You trust it. You have faith in it. You have faith in each other. And you let go. You let go, because you know that whatever is happening, even on their side, you're on your divine path, and you're trusting that divine unfold, no matter what that looks like to you. You're preparing each step of the way. That's where the solutions are coming through. Okay, one more at the bottom of the deck, number 3. It's mirrors, so you're definitely mirroring. I've watched you change and grow so much. I'm trying to release my attachment to identity so I can change too. Massive for them then. They've definitely, again, that ego, they're definitely releasing some things, and it's to do with, the identity changes again, but I don't know, I think something about their own masks and stuff, but we don't need to go there, because that's not a message that's come through for you right now. So this is powerful. Okay, let me know. I'd love to know if this message was for you. Okay, you got this. Sending so much love.